Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Beth and Rip's Yellowstone spinoff Dutton Ranch gets major update. Paramount has officially confirmed that Dutton Ranch, the long-anticipated Yellowstone spinoff starring Kelly Reilly and Cole Hauser, is arriving in Q4 of this year. The update came directly from Chris McCarthy, co-CEO of Paramount Global, during the company's Q1 2025 earnings call held Friday, May 9. While McCarthy didn't name a specific month, the timing of the announcement and typical network rollout windows suggest a likely November premiere. The series will debut first on Paramount Network, before streaming on Paramount Plus, following the same release strategy used for Yellowstone. Dutton Ranch is expected to pick up where Yellowstone left off after its Season 5 finale aired in December. That episode wrapped with Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler leaving the original ranch and settling near Dillon, Montana. Although they have distanced themselves from John Dutton's property, they haven't moved far, geographically or narratively. No additional cast members have been confirmed for the sequel, and it remains unclear whether Beth and Rip will reconnect with characters from the original Yellowstone run. However, given the popularity of the duo, the spinoff will likely focus on their evolving life together post-Dutton Ranch chaos. Cole Hauser hinted to people that fans hadn't seen the last of the couple. "Hopefully, we can continue to get in people's living rooms and entertain them the way we have over the last 7 years," he said, adding, "America has spoken. They still love Yellowstone." With Hauser and Reilly leading the charge, Dutton Ranch seems poised to carry the franchise's emotional weight and gritty Western appeal into a new chapter. Dutton Ranch is just one part of what Taylor Sheridan and Paramount are calling a massive expansion of the Yellowstone universe. According to Bloomberg, Sheridan has at least 4 new projects in development, including prequels, sequels, and a handful of standalone spin-offs. The upcoming prequel, 1944, will continue the Dutton family timeline, following the critical success of earlier entries 1883 and 1923. Meanwhile, a separate CBS-ordered spin-off will feature Luke Grimes reprising his role as Case Dutton. That project, aimed at broadcast audiences, is expected to premiere in 2026. Another new title, The Madison, will be set in the Yellowstone universe, but shift focus to a new family, the Clyburns. Starring Michelle Pfeiffer and Matthew Fox, the series is being positioned as a high-end drama for Paramount Plus. Sheridan has admitted that Yellowstone ended earlier than he planned, largely due to scheduling and creative tensions with Kevin Costner. As a result, Dutton Ranch offers him a chance to continue the legacy while exploring fresh territory. For now, fans will need to stay tuned for an official trailer and a confirmed premiere date. But one thing is certain, Dutton Ranch is coming, and it's bringing 2 of Yellowstone's most iconic characters with it. Tell us, which one of Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone spinoffs are you looking forward to the most? Let us know in the comments. The edge of the Montana sky, spilling gold over the peaks like a promise. The Dutton Ranch was quiet, deceptively so. In the morning stillness, only the soft thud of boots on dirt could be heard, and the far-off bellow of cattle finding their voices for the day. Beth Dutton lit her cigarette with the same elegance she'd show smashing a bottle over someone's head. None. She squinted out across the land, watching the wind comb through the grass like a ghost with unfinished business. It was her land now, hers and Rip's. Not inherited, not bought, not stolen, earned in blood, fire, and stubborn, unyielding love. Rip Wheeler stepped onto the porch behind her, coffee in one hand, his Stetson already in place. His silence said everything. He didn't need to ask her what she was thinking. He already knew. "They're coming, Rip," Beth said flatly, as if she were announcing rain. "Who?" he asked, sipping his coffee like it didn't matter. "Developers, bankers, some Ivy League asshole with a drone and a pitch deck." Rip chuckled. "Good. Gives me something to look forward to." Beth flicked ash from her cigarette and exhaled smoke like a warning signal. I want them to bleed for every goddamn acre. 2 months earlier. After John Dutton's death, the ranch teetered on the edge. The vultures came quickly, state officials with court orders, corporate lawyers with offers, even so-called cousins from the East who hadn't set foot on a horse in their lives. But Beth didn't mourn the way others did, she sharpened. She took her father's empire like a knife and slit the throats of anyone who came for it. Rip stood by her like a war dog, loyal, brutal, and ready. The bunkhouse, once a place of brotherhood and brawls, had been trimmed down. Only the loyal remained: Colby, Teeter, Walker on a short leash. The rest? Gone. Beth called it house cleaning. Rip called it survival. Together, they reforged the Dutton Ranch in fire and iron. No more half measures, no more handshakes. The land was theirs, and they'd protect it with every last ounce of rage in their bones. Present day. A black SUV kicked up dust on the gravel road, winding toward the ranch house like a bad omen. Rip leaned on the railing, arms crossed. Beth didn't wait. She met the car before it stopped rolling, the heel of her boots kicking dust toward the chrome grille. Miss Dutton, a man in a tailored suit greeted, stepping out like he owned the air he breathed. "You're trespassing," she said, blowing smoke in his face. "I'm here to make an offer." "I bet you are," she sneered. "Here's mine. Get back in your overpriced clown car and drive until your GPS cries for mercy." He chuckled, mistaking her venom for flirtation. "You can't stop progress." Beth smiled, and it was not kind. "I am progress, you Harvard twink, just not the kind you're ready for." She turned and walked away without another word. The SUV spun gravel in retreat. Rip met her on the porch again. "More vultures?" "Parasites. I'd respect them more if they carried guns instead of contracts." Later that week, Beth stood over a map of Montana, whiskey in hand, tracing the outlines of every property that bordered theirs. They'd started forming a coalition. Smaller ranches, native reservations, wilderness advocates, all who had something to lose if the land changed hands. Beth wasn't trying to save Yellowstone for nostalgia's sake. She was building an empire on scorched earth. Rip knew this wasn't just about the ranch. It was about legacy. Beth had no children and wouldn't. But she had rage and vision, and she had him. They spent nights riding fence lines, Rip silent, Beth talking like bullets from a 6-shooter, fast, wild, true. They slept in hunting cabins, fought like storms, and made love like it was war. One night, under a sky full of stars and whiskey-slick breath, she whispered, "I don't want this world unless you're in it." Rip didn't say anything. He didn't need to. Conflict brews. The battle lines sharpened. A tech conglomerate bought out the ranch across the valley. They started drone surveys, built access roads, brought in consultants, all under the guise of eco-friendly resort expansion. Beth called bullshit immediately. She knew the game. Sell the dream of clean air and unspoiled views while poisoning everything sacred. She unleashed hell. She leaked damning reports to the press, pulled strings with corrupt state officials, and hacked into the development's cloud storage with the help of a hacker she blackmailed from Portland. Rip coordinated with the wranglers to blockade equipment with cattle drives and accidental range fires. The corporate stooge called her psychotic on a hot mic. Beth framed it, hung it in the bunkhouse.